Good evening, everybody. A good Monday evening, good start to your week to you all. Hope everyone's had a good day so far. And if not, well, the first hurdle is over. So I am back. A little winded tonight. Had a lot of, like I said, late start is due to a lot of errands being run. But I'm here, and we'll see how long we get to dig into it tonight. I might end up cutting it a little short, just depend on how tired I get by the end of the evening. So far I'm doing well. Hey Brett, how you doing? Good evening. Good evening, good evening. Well, this week, as I said, we're set up for another art stream tonight. We'll be doing some sketching, some doodling. Actually revisiting a piece that I did last year around about the same time, because this week in the church body that I am a part of, we will be celebrating those young men who are going out and receiving their calls. They are entering the harvest fields officially as pastors, and we want to do our best to honor those, pray for them who are going out and doing that very important work. So actually revisiting a piece that I did last year, I want to try to redo it this year. This I did is if I don't get hit in the head with it, because it is very large. These sketch pads that I get specifically for the stream are monsters. These are literally the largest sketch pads that I can find in the arts and crafts store specifically for the stream. So they're a little hard to handle. Trying to get them out. But no, this is the rough sketch that I did last year that I didn't really get a chance to finish, but we'll be revisiting it in honor of call nights this week. In the LCMS, which is Lutheran Church Missouri Synod, that's the church body that I am a part of, and the good Rev Snugglebuns, who is my husband, who is the pastor, that's the pastor he's a church body of. There are two main seminaries, and the seminary in St. Louis, Missouri, their call night is going live tomorrow night, and then his alma mater, which is Concordia Fort Wayne Seminary, is having their call night on Wednesday night. So this is the rough sketch I started. This is the Rite of Ordination, and this is kind of symbolism behind the importance of it. And I'm going to be revising this rough sketch again tonight in honor of that this week. So, without too much ado, I'll get set up here. And then I am of two minds for Wednesday night is my other scheduled art stream, but I'm wondering, and I'll put it to a vote in the Discord, so if any of you want to join the Discord, the link is in there. Just type in !! Discord, no spaces, no capitalization, and that should take you to the link to my Discord community, and that's where I have a lot of the announcements, a lot of the viewer interaction throughout the rest of the week there. And I'll be putting it to a vote. I'm of two minds. If we want to do another honorary art stream, which would be regularly scheduled on Wednesday, I think I might push it ahead to 9:30 p.m. on that night, particularly, again, just to make sure, because we will, me and him, Rev Snugglebuns, always watch it live, and I do not want to miss that. It's always a great time. We always celebrate, pray, praise, and give thanks for those entering the ministry, and
finishing celebrating our daughter's birthday.
And finishing celebrating our daughter's birthday. The oldest Squirette, my oldest daughter, she is actually having her birthday the same day that is scheduled. So she's turning 6. She's going to be a big girl tonight. But either that, or I might want to do actually a live stream with you all, where I would be putting on my usual, what would normally be my game setup, but instead we'll be live watching the Fort Wayne call night together that night. So I'll put it to a vote, which we want to do.
You'll hear what I think of the message that evening.
Yeah, we'll have,
there, so
I don't know if we want to do a drinking game for that one.
No.
I don't think
it
that
won't
would
be
be
a
good.
reverent thing, but I just have had too many of the too many of the times where the sermon was
Sometimes,
just a lecture.
yeah, sometimes it can be very hard.
Yeah.
And a lot of times it's from the point of view of the young men who are entering it, they just want to get through it and find out where they're going. They're far too antsy to sit and listen to sermons. They just want to know where they're going. Because it is nerve-wracking. It is very. There's always putting down the framing lines before I get too wrapped up in talking and forget entirely about that. So I've done that. By getting my guidelines, my frame lines down. Just so you don't get drawn into a corner, as I often do. But no, so tomorrow and the night after are going to be very special nights. A little more leeway at the top.
And if you hear any crashes in the background, don't worry, it's just me.
Yes. Our good Rev Snugglebuns is actually putting together a table in the background, so if there's crashing, that's what that is. Playing Hearthstone with your stream. I have not played Hearthstone. I played like a couple times, and that was only so I could get a mount in WoW for playing, but I have not been a big Hearthstone person. Nothing wrong with that, I'm just saying it's just not one of my... That's just not one of my main games that I do. But have fun with that, absolutely. One of these days, I'm about to talk our other prior in the Discord, other good moderator, Pastor Bator. We'll have to get him in there. Maybe we'll do a three Hearthstone if we can get the internet to not absolutely freak out. Getting 3 people and a stream going. Because that always depends on that. Our internet is not always the best for not absolutely freaking out and then pausing and stalling and lagging when too much is asked of it. Now, let's see. I wonder if I just want to pull it out, but I don't want to take it out of the sketch pad because I don't want anything to actually happen to it. Never lose your originals. Something I've learned. But, now we have the rough sketch, and we have, the young man getting ordained. There's pastors doing the ordination, laying down the alb, which I've talked about is very similar of the yoke. Is the yoke of the burden of leadership and of the catching my breath a little bit, of the authority, and there's the seraph handing off. We have that kind of what I want overlaid with more armor pauldrons from like suits of armor, because goes into like the armor of God, and then you have the symbol of the office of the keys emblazoned on the pauldrons, and the book and the sword, and of course the lamb up there is kind of the original rough sketch idea that I had, but I'm wondering if I want to turn this around and do more of a front view with more overlay of the different pieces. It's kind of what I'm going for if I don't end up hitting myself with a sketch pad again. So I'm apt to do. But like I said, it's a little hard to handle and like pick up back and forth because these sketch pads are absolutely massive. But they kind of have to be, just so I found that out early on. I tried to use some of my larger sketchbooks on stream and found out they're just too small. I need to think bigger. So I literally have stocked up on the largest sketchbook that I can possibly find at the arts and crafts store, and these things are huge. So they get a little hard to handle. But they work really well on camera. Catch my breath a little bit. Like I said, really tired. We'll see how far we get into this tonight. Worst case scenario, we finish it again, and hopefully not take a whole year to get to the next one. Either Wednesday or Friday, even if we decide to do that, or even by next week. Because there's a piece I really have liked the imagery of. It's just taking time to think it out. And sometimes it does take a while. Sometimes the best pieces just take a long time to really get set. There's nothing wrong with that.
I appreciate that you're playing Paladin while watching Paladin.
There you go. I do too. I do like that. You're one of the brethren, Brett. In more ways than one, really. You're most certainly one of the brethren. Playing control paladin. Okay. Nice. I'll have to look into that. I might try it out again. I don't know. Like I said, I've canceled my WoW subscription just because I have gotten really badly burnt out on that, which is sad because I did love that for a long time. He got me introduced to playing World of Warcraft, and just with the recent stuff and the really, really bad story writing, it really did turn me off hard on it for a while. So we'll have to see how good this new expansion is if I decide to commit the money to it. But nerfs are coming tomorrow. For Hearthstone or just like in general? Okay. Just tweaking balance again, or? Need more water. Oh my goodness. I might put another line, but yeah, I think I'm gonna have to put another line down here. Just trying to think. 'Cause like I said, I'm taking it from a different view, so I'm basically reformatting the same concept art, but definitely new sketch, reformatting a lot. Well, hopefully the favorite classes they don't get hit too hard. Hopefully it all works out for the best, because I know it's a mixed bag sometimes when they nerf stuff. It's like, you can see where it's like, yeah, this really did need to get tuned down, or in other cases it's like, man, this really isn't as funny. You can't like kill things. So hopefully it's all good. Trying to warm up my kneaded eraser. I love these things. I really do. I never have enough kneaded erasers. It's basically a wad of clay that is an eraser. They can format into, if you need like a sharp point, basically make another utensil and you kind of point it. If you need to erase a small space, if you need to erase a large space. Sometimes they're just fun to play with too. And you make little eraser bunnies and that's fun. Oh. They've announced them. It is by far for the best. Okay, well, that's good to hear. That is good to hear.
My preference tends to be to buff everything else instead of nerfing someone. But
yeah.
I recognize eventually you hit a wall for power
yeah,
creep.
You do kind of.
Power creep, especially with card games, is a big problem. Magic the Gathering kind of has that where earlier cards are nothing compared to some of the cards that are out there.
Oh, yeah.
Just because of power creep.
Yeah, I don't want that to be too thick a line, because I think I'm going to draw over it. Okay. So now I need to figure out how this is going to go. Foreshortening is not one of my strong suits, so we'll see how this... Oh. Goes. Oh no. I'm trying to write the title of right then my lead decides to break. So, no. Hang on. Let me try to resharpen this. If not, I might have to move to a different pencil. I try to not lean too heavily on my on my lid here. If I'm spelling that right. It's a really bad time to misspell something live on camera. Just know what's happening. Okay, yeah. Always my fear. Spelling has never really been quite my strong suit. So it's always a fear. It's like, I'm going to title something live on screen, and that's when I misspell. Defeat the most broken brute that is being nerfed tomorrow. Oh, wow. So I take it that sounds like an easy win for me. Or is it broken? Probably broken in the sense that it's kind of overpowered.
Broken means OP.
Yeah. Think about this. I'm gonna, So this probably is a good thing that's getting nerfed a little bit. There's a giant weight off our shoulders, just to know we have 800. Yes. What he means by that is, Rev Snugglebuns, you've been around a while, you've heard me mention, we're actually in a dual parish. He's taken over, vacancy. But he's, well, I say that because it kind of had, but it's been under really hard circumstances, so we can't really. Not going to take that too lightly. It's the church at a town that's about 15 minutes over. They a few years back had a pastor retire, so they got a new pastor, but then he tragically passed away. So in between we had taken it up as a vacancy, and then when he got there, and it was great, but then it's like he very tragically and suddenly passed away. So we took up the mantle again. He entered in and was their interim pastor. But tonight, hopefully, they get a new pastor. So yes, that is a huge burden off. Obviously, the other congregation shoulders. You have a permanent designated pastor for you, and then off Rev Snugglebun's shoulders, because that means he has more time to focus on our original call, and less time split. Yeah, less time split going back and forth. Sometimes you can't really say, and I don't like to complain, I really don't. Sometimes it can be a strain though, having to split time like that. It does mean he's less able to be at home and help out in some cases, because he'll have to be back and forth and split his time, and it does get to be a strain. But no, we're honored to do it. Honored to do it, and like I said, it's for the utmost best cause. So it's been hard, but I don't want to complain, because it's been a very good congregation. They more than deserve someone of their own who can focus on them. They have been a blessing to us, and we're hoping that some new young man who is coming into his first call, he is entering and taking on the shouldering of that, the burden of that authority, the burden and the blessing. It is very a bittersweet call. So and I hope it'll be a very good congregation for him. So yes, absolutely. So that's what we're excited for this week. And like I said, excited for a new candidate coming in, new gentleman who's entering the harvest field. We're called for harvest workers. And
Why I know I did appreciate that the president of their church wrote you a thank you letter.
well, I don't need thanks. It was very sweet. I genuinely, I'm grateful I still have.
Well, I'm looking forward to the bar that rest of the evening is going to.
Yeah. But, no, but, I just hold down the fort. I don't know if I'm humbled. I absolutely am. That they thought of me enough to write me a thank you letter for something that just, I don't know. It's hard. There's been times where it's been very hard. But I just see it as what you got to do. You do what you got to do and move on from there. So, especially in light of the reason why we took up the vacancy again the second time. I mean,
I warned you when you
I really couldn't. Well, and I sought you out knowing what I was doing. But I also knew, I mean, maybe not so much. I mean, there are times you only prepare so much, and until you're hip deep in it, you never know exactly what's going to be asked of you. But at the same time, as far as this end of the other half of the ministry, your flank guard, I mean, you do what you got to do, and it's at the end of the day. I mean, I got someone I know who will be faithful to our beliefs. I mean, that's kind of why. I mean, I suppose I went with the most extreme option, but it's at the same time I knew you'd be faithful, and I'll hold your feet to the fire over it. Don't think I'll let you off easy. That's the other half of my job, is I'll let you off easy when it comes to the dough. Catching my breath a little bit. I'm try to look up. Now, when I say pauldrons, for those who may not be totally as into the vernacular of medieval armor as I am, I try to pull up some of my reference pictures I had saved as well. And my 500 Pinterest boards, because that's what I do. As you can see, that's some of the upper body armor. The pauldrons are the shoulder armor. Those are the metal plates that go over your shoulders, protect those, and then the gorget that goes around the neck. So that's kind of what I'm overlaying with the stole, the pastoral stole, as that is what it is. It's kind of, I link those two pieces together as part of the pastoral armor, spiritual armor. Is kind of the stole along with your pauldrons. So it's kind of when I refer to those, when I refer to pauldrons, I mean like the traditional steel plate armor that goes over a knight's shoulders. So I kind of have the stole. Like I said, you may not totally be able to see it on camera because I have to draw. I'm sketching out like the bare bones, so everything's kind of going on light at this moment because it'll have to be erased away later.
Battle vicar.
Battle. Well, more or less. I mean, you're going into spiritual battle.
Well,
I mean,
saying there's a Hearthstone card called Battle Vicar.
Oh, there is?
Yeah.
Like I said, I've dipped my toes into Hearthstone. I've never actually been with it, so I did not know that. That is awesome. That's cool. You have to send me a picture of that.
Which of your church's previous vicars is the Battle Vicar? That's the real question. Which one's the battle vicar?
And then who's going to go to battle for that title? Don't let it get out to any other previous vicars, or there may be a death battle for that title. The alumni vicar cage match for the title Battle Vicar of St. John's. Arr! I'm done. I'm too tired to make any lucid sense at this point.
As much as I loved him, I think Gino would be last place.
Yeah. He is the more scholarly one. He would not be. He was pen over the sword, I think.
Yeah, definitely pen over the sword.
Who is the battle? Now he's got to look at it. I see him running through. Now he's going to have to do the side by side picture.
That was actually.
Are you going to draw up the massive intricate tree?
I was thinking
the face-off tree.
I agree with you. I was thinking between him or Fish Shaver.
The brackets.
Either Brodus or Fish Shaver. Those were the two I was thinking between.
Yes. Brodus, he's a gamer. But you see, now you got to put those game skills to good use because we're not a cage match. You know, Fort Wayne does have a basketball team. Maybe they should have a wrestling team. We're getting way too into this, I think end this thread of conversation. I don't know. Try to overlay this. Like I said, this is a rough sketch, and I may run out of steam before I'm even done fleshing this out, but we'll see how far I get. I do think I like the head-on version more, because like I said, the original one was kind of side view, because you got the presiding pastor, the senior pastor, in with the one going through ordination, which I liked. But like I said, I really wanted the focus to be on the unseen spiritual aspect and have the symbolism in there. So I think head-on is a better way to go. Having seen it kind of etched out now. You might get the kind of armpit guards there. Sometimes they'll be attached. They'll basically be like mini shields. They'll be little bucklers that sit right over the armpit. They'll be the front part of the shoulder, and they usually are kind of attached to the pauldrons, and they cover up the joint kind of head on. Would be the underside of the pauldron. I said literally they are literal shields for the armpits. And they could be as large as small bucklers. Like I say, it might be a little hard to see on screen, but that's only because I'm just sketching the bare bones of this out. It has to be light so I can erase it later, and so it doesn't interfere with the finished, harder leads that I'll be using later. May not be able to get the third one because, like I said, I do like having the seraphs be the one to lay that. And by seraphs, it's the angel with three pairs of wings. The one pair to fly, one pair to cover their face, and one cover their feet. Yes. No, I knew that. I'm just saying I may not be able to get the third pair with which they flew into the frame of this. Is my one problem. Usually I sign these at the end, but I'll do it preemptively. As I said, I just don't know how soon I'm going to end up running out of steam. Like I said, if anything else, is another rough sketch because I'm basically same idea, but going back to scratch, kind of back to the beginning. I might see if do I have my compass here? Might have moved my compass to the table, but yeah, it's not a big deal.
sorry in temporarily hijacking your screen to ask a question to Brett.
Oh.
But Brett, besides when I am going to go with you down to that microbrewery, when am I going to go to your house to brew? Anyone who isn't sure, Retro Gaming is the head elder at the church I'm helping at right now, and a good guy.
He's a solid dude.
Some Christmas music, or is it supposed to be Green Sleeves?
Green Sleeves, it's medieval. It's the medieval mix, so
Nice.
Green Sleeves. Same tune, many songs. Yeah. Like I said, I use Epidemic Sound, so I paid monthly fee to get full access to their library of music. So this is there's their medieval, ambient music, medieval. So that's Green Sleeves dates. I think
It's really stinking old.
Well, I'm trying to think. Has it been confirmed? Because it's long been said that Green Sleeves is written by King Henry VIII. Supposedly in honor of, I think, either Elizabeth or Anne Boleyn. I'm not sure, but he was a poet and songwriter as well. So I'm pretty sure that what has been confirmed, Green Sleeves was written by King Henry VIII. I'm not entirely sure. Don't quote me on that.
I didn't realize that man honored anyone.
Just the ones he was into at the time. Haven't brought my kegging equipment yet. Going to sell that in a box copy of Chrono Trigger I have first. Okay. Oh, excuse me. Oh dear. Oh, of course.
Heartburn hiccup?
No, just hiccups in general. As I'm always prone to. I'll just probably be hiccuping on stream for the rest of the time now.
It adds a new challenge to your art.
Yes, it does, because I can't. You're just like, oh, no, really? Detail. Oh dear. That's what happens when I get out of breath on a full stomach. Because we did go out to eat late after running errands, so I am very full of delicious Mexican food and very tired. It was delightful. So I'll just, like I said, once again, this will probably be another unfinished piece, but I'm going until I completely run out of steam. So I'm here, though.
I still think it's funny that most of the servers we have at this point recognize our kids and give them special gifts.
Oh, I know. We've been dining there long enough, I think. But I think the one that does stand out of just knowing that the staff at that particular Mexican restaurant, it's like, not only are we've always gotten excellent service, food's usually always been good, apart from a few exceptions, is the fact that we had just been married when we went out there for dinner, and I almost got run over in the parking lot by a bunch of like college-age kids that probably had way too many margaritas. And we're walking across the parking lot, and they just kept backing up. Like, not even like a slow creep backing up, but it's like, and you had to pound on their trunk to get them to just stop before they ran me over. Before they finally got the hint. So, and then one of the servers, as soon as we crossed the threshold inside, the server immediately came, because he had been, I guess, cleaning up a table and watched from the window what had transpired. He's like, "Are you okay? You okay?" Right? It's like, "Do I need to call something?" Like, no, I'm fine. We're fine. I'm just still shaken, but we're okay. I'm okay. It's like that will always live in infamy, I think. Because I have never had another incident quite like it. Ever.
I still think it's pretty incredible that you have that NES cartridge, Super NES cartridge of that game.
Yay.
Which at this point was a billion years ago. But one of the greatest games ever. Also, I see Musty. Hi, Musty.
Hey, Musty.
No, Musty maybe.
Yeah. It's fine. It's all good.
You don't know the mussies I'm looking for.
Well, at least a rough sketch is coming out better than I thought it would.
Looking good so far.
Well, especially the head, because like I said, foreshortening can always be my bugaboo. I definitely, if there's one area I probably do need more practice in, it's definitely foreshortening. And I will fully admit to that. It's always learning. You never stop learning. You never stop practicing. Well, like I said, I'm redoing an old piece that I did last year, round about the same time, is the Rite of Ordination in honor of this year's call nights coming up tomorrow night and Wednesday night. Tomorrow night we have the, for our church body, Lutheran Church Missouri Synod, we have our, the St. Louis Seminary having their call night where they send out their young candidates to be fully fledged pastors. And then Wednesday night is Rev Snugglebuns, his alma mater, Fort Wayne. So we'll definitely be tuning into that, wishing those young men all the best and Christ's blessings in their calls. And incidentally, Wednesday also happens to be our oldest squirette's 6th birthday.
She's trying to claim it today.
I know, she's just so excited. She is so excited that she keeps thinking, it's today, right? It's like, no, it's this week. You gotta wait. Oh, fine, okay. It's today, right? No, you got a couple more days. Oh. So no, she is. Our eldest is very excited.
Very spirited.
She has requested a shooting star cake, so I will probably be spending either tomorrow or Wednesday morning, afternoon, baking and trying to somehow utilize my 2 round or square. I'm thinking I'm probably going to use the round cake pans to cut out a star shape and then figure out some way to have like trailing either by cake or put it on like a big cutting board and pipe icing to have like a tail to it, or I don't know. I'll figure it out. Somehow I'll figure it out. I will somehow make this cake and utilizing my existing cake pans into a shooting. I don't know. I don't know if I'd want to risk it. Because I'm just going to be in go mode. I don't think that would be the prime streaming opportunity for like baking for me. I still would like to do one. I still would like to do some kind of baking stream at some point, but I don't think that would be the one I would do. Because I want to be able to focus on trying to get her kit done. Like I said, depending on how we're doing on Wednesday at least, I might put it to a vote in the Discord whether or not we want to do a later art stream, probably around 9:30 again that night, or if you'd like me to set up and we could live watch the call night service for Fort Wayne together with running commentary. Like I said, it'll just come down to like how busy that day ends up being and how, if I decide that I'm up for streaming that night or if I just want to chill and be focused on celebrating birthday and call night service. Like I said, I'm kind of just with this place in my life and with everything else that goes on IRL, it is kind of, some nights is just more play by ear. And it's just the way of it. RT Bible Nerd. Very well. Good evening. Welcome. Sorry if I didn't catch you right away. This is actually a revisit from older piece. I'll bring it up again. But I started last year and kind of reformatted. Once again, very rough sketch, so we'll see how far I get tonight, or we finish it on a different day. But this is in honor of this week, the church body that me and my husband and our esteemed order prior and moderator, Rev Snugglebuns, the church body that him and I are part of is the Lutheran Church Missouri Synod. So we have two main seminaries. The Concordia Seminary in St. Louis, Missouri, and then the Concordia Theological Seminary in Fort Wayne, Indiana. And this week is call night, which means that all those candidates that spent 8 years if you count the 4 years of pre-sem, 4 years in seminary, training to become pastors, will be sent to their first calls. They will be entering the harvest fields as fully fledged pastors. So we honor that, and we pray for those young men who will be entering their calls, entering their vocation as pastors in Lutheran Church Missouri Synod. Very special time, very important time, so we kind of do this in honor of them. So this is kind of, we have our young candidate who, after receiving their call, they'll go through the Rite of Ordination. Other pastors will gather around them. Service will be said. They receive their stole, which is symbol of the yoke of authority, the yoke of the vocation given to them. So this is kind of, I overlay this with a lot of spiritual armor. It's kind of, I see it as there's the visual ceremony and service, and there's something that happens that we don't see, and that is kind of like almost a knighting ceremony is what I see it as. And so we have the knight's pauldrons, that's the shoulder armor, being overlaid with the stole, handled by the seraph, and them receiving not only the Word of God, the book, the Word of God, and their doctrine they swear by, the sword of truth that goes with the armor of God, they're receiving as well. So it's kind of the symbolism that I'm working on here in this piece. Sorry, getting some water. And so that's kind of what we're working on here. Yes, very much spirit. We have what we can see, which is like their alb. This is the vestments, and receiving the stole, which is the cloth piece that go over their shoulders. And there's what we can't see, and that's what the weight of what it symbolizes. So yes.
Recognizing that pastors are going to be sent to war.
Yes, very much so.
Some of what we're trying to get out.
If you want to come over here, too, I don't know how much you can hear from over.
I'm usually pretty loud.
Yeah. It's always an issue with this camera, though. I realize the camera's. But you can take over speaking for me, Cliff.
Being equipped for war against the devil, the world, and our own sinful flesh.
Mm-hmm.
And so the pastor is given nothing of his own, but all but simply the word of Jesus. And so that's why entirely is nothing made homemade here on that one, but rather what is given to him from the hand of God. So I am going to hit follow on you, RT Bible Nerd, because I saw what you were working on, and I will be interested to see you working through your progress.
I will have to. So you stream too. I'll have to check that out then. Oh, awesome! Thank you for the follow, and welcome to the keep. Like I said, if you want to, hang on, I'll go type in. I've got a few other things going on here. I think I finally figured out how to fix the Discord. Oh, because I'm not the tech person. He is my tech person. He saves my bacon a lot of times. But, so during the Discord, a lot of times I'll announce whether I'm going live or not. Sometimes I cancel, but that's just the nature of my life. But, other stuff going on there, other updates, things going on, fun stuff to connect with the rest of the community. Yes, because that is the charge on my shield. Once again, like I said, I keep saying I'm going to go, because I had redesigned it before, and this is kind of what I settled on, and I was going to go over the symbolism behind it, why I have what I have, why I even have the colors I do. But I might have to wait for another art stream, because like I said, this kind of, I'm going to let this take precedence. But obviously I go into medieval heraldry, the symbolism, what each color means, what each charge means, so on and so forth. One second here. Very odd. Like I said, I had a lot of errands to run tonight, and that's why I'm kind of later than what I normally am. But no, it definitely is. This is sending out soldiers into the spiritual battle, the warfare that is not seen. Oh, there it is. I can actually pull that up. Those who may not know, when I talk about stories, I know. This one is a little bit stained. It had been in the basement, and we had a few incidents there. But when we talk about the pastoral stole, this is what the garment we talk about. This is just the very long decorative piece, and that drapes behind the neck and over the shoulders, and then hangs in front. And that is very much this symbolic yoke, is what you place around your shoulders. I think we touched on that last week during an art stream. Yeah, I think it was last week, because we were going over, I was rough sketching your coat of arms.
Yes.
If he had redeemed his coat of arms, so we were trying to figure that out, what I wanted around it. So
I still have enough channel points for like 3 more.
I'm not doing it anymore. I'm sorry, though. There's something of a cooldown in between that one. That's why I set the amount of merits so high to get a coat of arms, because that is a large
But
undertaking.
I've been here the whole time.
I know
so
you
I
have.
have a lot of points.
Okay,
Or if I want to interpose myself, I'll just do the Rev's parry from time to time.
there we go.
I think part of the reason you take it so seriously as far as drawing it is because you've walked hand in hand with me. Because you've been watching my work over the last almost 9 years.
I have.
We have been in the different times of dealing
It
with
is definitely
conflict and dealing with sitting with someone while they're dying, sitting with
been there, done that. Yes.
all that stuff of having.
I mean, I can honestly say, in hindsight, I mean, there are things where there's no amount of preparation for the job of spouse of the minister. There really there's the surface knowledge is like, okay, this is the basic, and then there's the deep dive, feet first into the deep end, go. No, I know you did. I'm still saying that there's the warning, and then there's living it. Now there's a blessing and a curse with it. I mean, there's hard and there's good. Like you've said, as a pastor, your highest highs and lowest lows have come from this ministry and this vocation.
The next 2 weeks, I get to go sit with a family as their baby's born.
Yes.
I'm excited for that because that'll be their first baby.
Mm-hmm.
First baby is so fun for everybody. And
I mean,
so
there definitely is the factor of what you think you're getting into, and then there's the inside baseball of it all.
Yeah. Thankfully, we have a pretty good congregation.
We do.
They've been good to us. And so, we have things that come up that are usually pretty just silly.
Yeah.
That if they come up and we can chuckle it away. They'll have to recognize the devil works in the church trying to corrupt things, and so we have to be on guard.
Always. Well, once again, this is the spiritual warfare. There's the part that you don't see, and it is pernicious, and it can be deadly.
I'll hello, you two. Some person on the internet says congrats to you. I'd be curious how their response would be. But I will carry your congrats with me when I get to talk to them. They're very excited. They got married last year, and and it was one of those. Both of them were content to never get married, and then the brother-in-law of my secretary set them up on a blind date together.
Well, that's kind of us. I mean, I was, for a while, it's like, I was kind of content to be the first Lutheran nun.
Yeah, and then, I still get to tell everybody, I'm one of those cool people who had met my wife with the internet. Yeah. Then I had to meet 9 people at the same time.
I came from a big family. A big immediate family.
Here I'm coming in by myself, ready to run if they're all axe murderers.
And your youngest future brother-in-law was still a potty trainer. That was my youngest brother. He had just finished potty training.
Just finished.
So that was the age difference there.
He's now a mid-teenager.
He is, with a mustache. It's crazy. It's not allowed. I'm sorry. As the eldest sister, I grew up babysit him and she was diapering. That's not allowed. You can't have a mustache. Crazy.
So yeah, that was still an exciting moment. And then your brother's still thinking that I was visiting them.
Oh yeah, they thought he was there to play with them, not to visit me, not to date me, but to play with them.
I love kids. Kids are fun. That's why I love our school too, and our girls. These are the random interruptions that show up when I walk over.
Yes. Still don't know if I'm getting the ears right. I'm trying. It's really hard at an angle. Like I said, short angle is not my... No.
I can draw your ears for you. They will be the best ears ever. Unfortunately, I think our daughters hid Rex Perry of Blue Froggy, or else I could show Artsy Bible.
Oh no, it's in there.
Glorious.
I think it's actually in that sketchbook.
Is it?
I think. I'm not sure. I might be in the other sketchbook.
It's a separate sheet of paper.
Okay.
I just came over with a piece of
Oh,
scratch
yours.
paper.
Yeah, the blue.
Yeah, my drawing of Blue
you're.
Froggy.
Yeah, I think I don't know. It's probably somewhere in the ether. I don't know. I thought I put it on your dresser, but the girls could have run off with it too. Hippity hoppity, get off my property. There's the angry Froggy.
Yes, there's very angry.
The evil twin.
As opposed to Blue Froggy, who's one of just a super sweet and gentle person. Just so you know, the Rebs Perry is something that can sometimes be attached in with the point that I have to draw what she is drawing, and my artistic skills are amazing.
What is it?
I will start calling myself some guy on the internet.
Yes, there we go. Your new nickname, some guy in the internet. Welcome, brother, some guy in the internet. Shark bait. Don't come after me, Disney.
I'll have to be ready if you come onto the Discord. I'll have to be ready to mark you with that. Just your.
There's gonna be a knock on the door with just some guy in the mouse costume with a cease and desist, just for mentioning that line.
Have a good night. Nice to meet you.
Yes. Have a good evening.
I'll
probably be wrapping it up
your
too.
stuff too.
Yes, absolutely.
Then you won't have to listen to me ramble because I'll have to type. But I'm a fast typer. So
Yeah, you are much faster than me. I am not a great typer. But no, you have a good evening. I think I'm hitting a wall myself, so I'm probably going to get off real soon. Like I said, I think we got a good first run here, a good rough sketch of this, so we can continue on another day. I realize I have a few of these. One of these days I'll just like do a celebratory like mass stream where I have to go back and finish all my unfinished work. Where I'll just be parked here for the next day and a half. It'll be like a 48-hour stream of like I've been drawing for 48 hours straight. There's nothing left of my fingers anymore.
And the paladin just passed out and fell asleep.
And Paladin's dead. We barely knew thee. But no, so like I said, I think that's good for tonight. I'm hitting a wall. I'm tired, so I'm going to welcome to all of our new people. I think I'd be remiss if I didn't. We've had a few new followers, and that has been awesome. We have had Artsy Bible Nerd tonight. Very good to meet you. Welcome. Have a good evening to you. Cora and Hugh. Gamesmon. Mavericks. CI or CL. Hard to tell. But welcome to all of our new followers. Welcome to all of our old followers. New friends, old friends. As always, I wish you all a very good and blessed night. Good rest to you all, and I shall see you next time. Much love and Christ's blessings to you all. Good night.